Hey guys, this is Kenna, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the big local SEO strategies, which is how to fully optimize your Google listing. For those of you that don't know, your Google listing is basically like your free Google real estate for your business. Especially if you have a brick and mortar store, you need to get Google My Business. So you can easily do that by going to Google My Business and then creating a GMB listing for your business. Sometimes, if you haven't claimed and verified your listing, if you typed in your business name, you're going to see that Google has already aggregated all of that information there for you online. So you're just going to basically want to go and it'll say something like, do you own this listing? Click on that and get your listing claimed and verified. It's super important because when Google aggregates all that data for you, it's coming from different places online. There can be people that are making suggestions that just might not be, a good representation of what your business actually is. So make sure you go and claim and verify your listing. So if you go and look at a Google listing, you're going to see it features your business name, location, and hours, and all your NAP data. But now there's a bunch of new features that you can do. And again, Google wants you to fully optimize your listing. It's not just about your name, address, phone number. So here's a fun statistic for you. Fully optimized GMB listings are 70% more likely to attract location visits and are 50% more likely to lead to a purchase. Um, and those are some pretty good numbers. So, and we've also seen this with some of our clients, when we fully optimize their listing, they've been seeing up to a 10% increase in online discovery. We've even seen up to 17% increases in online discovery. So it really is important to fully optimize your GMB listing. And also remember when you're doing a search, it goes by relevance, distance, and then prominence. So, um, you know, by doing these little things like fully optimizing your GMB listing, it's basically just making you more relevant in Google's eyes, which is just helping the way people are finding you. So, with no further ado, let's begin. Okay, so this is under the hood of a Google My Business listing. I do their GMB postings, so I'm going to use them as an example. It's Fifth and Hudson. So if you click up here, you can see this is where my business is. If you've already claimed your listing, you would click up here and then go to my business, and then it'll take you here. So to begin, we're going to start in info. There's 5 things I really want to go over today, and they really impact your organic SEO. So 1 would be high quality imagery and engagement. 2 would be responding to specific reviews. 3 would be posting consistently. 4 would be key rich word description, and then 5 would be time and service. So with that, let's begin at the info section of your GMB listing. So this is the name of your business. If you click right here, you're going to see this is the categories that you are. So you have your primary category, and then you have your additional categories. Google says you should have 1 primary category and then 2 to 3 subcategories. If you have more than 3 subcategories, remember that Google is a machine and it's just going to get confused on how to recommend you to people. So just really hone in on what you are. Although you may feel like, the 10 things describe you, just do your best and pick what you actually are. So make sure you have that. Remember, 2 to 3 subcategories. So this is your like name, address, phone number. Your NAP data will be on your info, and make sure that see how it says West 25th on your website. It should be exactly the same as on your GMB listing, exactly the same as is on all of your other directories. So make sure that if on your website it says W 25th, change that to what your GMB says, which is West 25th. Okay. So if you look over here, you're going to see the hours. Make sure these are your special hours. Make sure that you have your special hours on here. So if you're closed on Christmas, make sure it says you're closed. Remember, the easiest way to get reviews is to not meet customer expectations. So if you says you're open on Christmas and they go in and you're not, it's it's a good way to get bad reviews. So let's see. You have your short name, you can add that now. So Fifth and Hudson would probably just be Fifth and Hudson. I don't think anyone's going to be calling them, anything different. You can start doing products now. Products is in beta. I suggest having products. So you could put, say, if you're a clothing store like they are, you can put your different brands on there. I don't know necessarily if I would put the pricing, but I would put, what brands you carry, what kind of clothes you have, and I would put that in the products. Make sure to add images. Another thing you can see here is your attributes, right? So say, if you're woman led, if you're veteran led, put that in there. If you're LGBTQ friendly, I think most places are, make sure to put that in there. And yeah, so really make sure to fill out your attributes because that does help with how people are finding you. It's going to be different for all industries as well, right? So like if you're a restaurant, it's going to look a lot different than a retail store. Okay. So, like I was talking about again, one of the things that I wanted to cover was your key-rich word description. And this is your business description. You now get 750 key-rich words, and I would suggest, filling that with awards that you may have won. Really, any way that people are searching for you. If you're a coffee shop, you could put best latte in Denver or wherever you're located, right? So make sure that you have your, like when you're writing the key-rich word description, make sure that you have your location in there, right? If you're Denver, Colorado, if you're in Jefferson Park Highlands neighborhood, make sure that goes in there. Anything that you carry, whether that's tops, bottom, right? So they did it, tops, bottoms, denim. Any big brands that people are looking for that, that you carry, I would put that in there. And then, so again, make sure this is super important. So make sure that you fill this out with good, accurate information. Okay, right below that is your open date. Time and service is big for your organic SEO, so make sure that you put in your open date. And remember, just there's nothing you can really do about your open date except keep staying open, right? Okay, so this is your info. Oh, my computer's being all slow right now. Okay. And these are your insights. So you can actually see how customers are searching for you. This would be your direct, right? So direct would be like Fifth and Hudson, right? Taking you over here. This would be your discovery. So if people are like typing in women's clothing Denver or women's clothing near me, that would pop up, and this would be your discovery. Branded is just customers find your listing searching for a brand related to your business. And Fifth and Hudson gets that because, they carry different brands. So these are like your queries, basically, what people are typing in to find you. And for them, boutiques near me, that makes sense. Their name also makes sense. Clothing store, they are a clothing store, so that's going to pop up. You can also see, if people are finding you on maps versus listings on search. So they're getting a lot more views on maps than they are on search. And you're going to see that a lot of the times with local businesses. So restaurants, their map listings are always going to be a lot more because people are typing in, Mexican food Denver, right? Or Mexican food near me, and that's a lot of the times they're doing that in maps. Okay, so there's also customer actions, right? So people visiting your websites, request directions, people that are calling you, and then you can see where people are requesting directions, which area code. Again, phone calls. You can see photo views, and photo quantity. So the majority of the time when I'm looking at insights, I do look a lot at discovery versus direct and how many total searches you're getting in a month compared to the previous month, how your percentage of discovery is increasing compared to what it was at direct. And then I also look at queries. If I'm trying to figure out some key-rich words, I'll look there, see how people are finding you. And yeah. So let's move on from insights. Let's go to reviews. Like I said, reviews is also a huge factor for organic SEO. So if it's 5 stars, I love this place. If it's 1 star, this place blows. You don't need to respond to it, but if it's a more specific review, I would definitely respond. Typically, Google local guides will always make specific reviews. Google actually emails them with ways to write reviews, and that typically involves like photos and keyword words. So if you see, like or if you see a review, make sure you or reply to that, because your relationship with the web is like any relationship. You can't just do things once and expect to see something, right? You can't just hold a door open for your girlfriend one time or boyfriend and expect to see you know some some change in our character, some like, oh wow, I'm so happy to be with him. But this is just an example, okay? I'm not trying to give you relationship advice. But back to the point, you need to be doing things consistently. You can't just do them one time. So make sure you keep responding to reviews, and make sure and if you haven't been doing that, just go back a month and start responding to those reviews that you haven't been responding to. Okay, so there's also messaging. You can put your number on there so people can like reach out to you if they have any questions, and you would get like a text. So if that's something that you're interested in, you could do that. And then there's also photos. So high quality imagery and engagement is big for organic SEO. There's a bunch of different categories for your photos now. So it used to go in chronological order, the way the images were seen, but a lot of restaurants hated that because people, with like shitty Nokias were taking photos and then posting it online. And so they're like, what the heck, this is not a good way to represent my business. So now it goes in ownership and then highest quality. So you can also see these are the 360 views, which is basically what a Google virtual tour is. And I'm going to show you what that looks like if my computer ever loads. My computer's being a little bit slow today. Why are you doing this to me, computer? Okay, anyway. So these would be your 360 views. I'm going to go over this in another video about what the virtual tours are. But basically, with the virtual tour, people are only looking at an image for like 8 seconds at that, or if that. And so with the virtual tour, some people are staying on for 30 seconds because when you're going through a tour, you're clicking through, you're looking around. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but a lot of the times on Facebook, you'll start seeing those 360 panos. And you'll always notice that those are getting a lot of likes and engagement, and that's because it's just new ways to see imagery, and people are really intrigued by it. This is where you can put videos. I would highly suggest putting videos. You have your interior of your business, your exterior products, and then you have like your team. A lot of really small local businesses, typically, their employees are pretty well known in the community, so you can put your team on there. It's a good representation of who you are. And yeah, so this is your images. I would suggest posting like, I don't know, a few photos a month. I mean, a few at the minimum, right? So just, again, like I was saying, your relationship with the web is like any relationship. You got to keep building it. So make sure you keep posting photos and keep building that. People are more likely to go to your business if you have high quality imagery. And that just helps with having a fully optimized listing, right? Okay, so let's continue. This is products. It's in beta. If you have products, right? If you're like a retail store, right? You can start putting the brands that you carry in your products. Whether that's, or if you have like different kinds of jeans, you could put those in there. You can also connect your GMB listing to your website. You can connect it to a few other things like your Facebook. But yeah, I mean, I went over all of the main things. Just remember that with your Google My Business listing, you just need to start posting. You need to start doing. Go. I do their posts for posts. This is another thing, right? So posting consistently, like I was saying, but you can actually post consistently. So make sure when you do a GMB posts that you know that every 7 days that it disappears off the listing. So for example, this is their listing, right? And here's where the posts would show up. It's basically like a free Instagram feed or a good free way to do ads, right? So, you could do events if you're doing puppy yoga this weekend. You could put that in your events if you're doing offers. And what's really cool is people can start sharing your posts. So if you have like this cool event that people want to go to, they can share that post to a friend, um, which will help bring in more traffic. So, it's important that you do this because um, that just shows Google that you are being active on your GMB listings. The top performing GMB listings typically have postings, so just be aware. I would suggest doing it once a week because every 7 days, like I said, it does disappear from your listing. For the most part, I think we went over everything. Just start going and getting things done. If you guys are looking for a virtual tour because you already know about how to fully optimize a listing, this is what, when we say it's part of having fully optimized listing, this is what we mean. It now pops up over here. And that's gonna be my next video. So I hope you guys stay tuned. And just remember to start building that relationship with the web. And you can start with your Google My Business listing because it is free and it is a huge boost to your local SEO.